Guys, down here with Westside head coach Brett Freund. Coach, you guys met these rivals, second game of the season, you beat them. What's it like playing your rivals 2 times in a row, or 2 times in a year, this time in the postseason?
Well, it's always exciting to play them. I mean, it's a great rivalry. It has been for decades, and once, twice a year, it's always exciting. So kids are ready to play. I'm sure they're ready to play. It should be an exciting night.
What do you expect to see from this Junior Jays team, and how have you been preparing your guys for the second-round playoff game?
Well, I think both teams are better, you know, since second game. We've all advanced. We've all made progress in what we like to do, and so I think we'll see a better, cleanly played game. And we had a lot of penalties the first game, and they had some mistakes first game, and hopefully we see a clean game, at least on our side.
Coach, good luck.
Thank you. Appreciate that.
Guys, back up to you.
Let's check in now with the third member of our team, Brandon Aksamit.
Guys, there was a very special honorary captain tonight at this game, and that was Zane Williams. He is son of Westside assistant coach Brett Williams. Zane has spina bifida, which means he has no feeling below his belly button down, and he can't speak, but he has been an inspiration for this team starting last season. Starting last season, he always goes to the locker room at halftime. He waits for the Westside players to come in, and he fist bumps every single one of those Warriors players, and it was very special for him to be the honorary captain here tonight. He was elected by the Warriors seniors. He really enjoyed it.
We'll check in with Brandon Aksamit to talk about that Westside defense.
Guys, on that last offensive drive by Creighton Prep, they came out in a double tight set, and that was causing some confusion for this Westside defense. They weren't quite sure how to shift and have some of the assignments assigned to the right players, and Coach Freund was yelling at him on the sidelines, and once the Westside defense came off on that last set, D coordinator Justin Hopperman was getting after him, trying to figure out the problem so they don't get burned. They weren't burned on that last series, but they wanted to get those problems addressed, so make sure it stays that way.
Let's check in now with the third member of our team, Brandon Aksamit.
Guys, a lot of heads hanging low on that Creighton Prep defense when they came off after that last Westside touchdown. Coach Christian Izzy gathered his defensive unit together on the bench. He told them, I don't care how this turns out, you guys need to do your jobs, you need to stay disciplined, keep your chins up, and get us back in the game. Jay, you're a defensive guy. Is that pretty good advice?
Absolutely. You get games like this.
Let's check in with Brandon.
Guys, just had a chance to talk to Lane Yates on the bench. He said it's a little shoulder injury, he's a little banged up. It's stemming from last week's game where he said he hurt a little bit. He got hurt on that last hard tackle. He says he will be fine, though, and plans on getting back out on the field soon.
As we head off to the second half, let's check in with Brandon Aksamit. He's got Coach Nizzi.
Coach, how do you assess your team's performance that first half?
Well, not very good, okay? Better, obviously, the last 5 minutes of the second quarter. But we're in terrible field position on defense. We have to get some first downs early so we can flip the field. That would have helped a lot. And we have to handle, obviously, we have to handle the punt.
How do you address those problems and make sure they don't happen in the second half?
Usually it's just do your job, do the things you've been trained to do. Keep your poise and do what you've been trained to do. That's what it's all about.
Coach, you had that blocked punt, 4th down conversion, had a great drive to punch it in at the end. How big is that for your team's
Well, that's huge, having the momentum going in, and now we get the ball coming out second half. Hopefully we can do something with it and get back in the game.
Coach, good luck.
All right, thank you. Thanks.
And let's check in with Brandon Aksamit.
Guys, got to catch up with head coach of Westside, Brett Freund. Asked him how he thought his team's performance was. He said one thing, all caps, stop the penalties. They've been killing their drives. That's the one thing he didn't like. He said he likes his defensive effort. They've been doing fine besides that last little lapse where Creighton Prep scored at the end. He said they just need to get the momentum back, and his team will be fine, he feels.
Let's check in with Brandon Aksamit. He's got some information on Lane Yates.
Talked to Lane Yates again. He says it's the same thing as his shoulder. Every time he gets tackled and it gets driven into the ground, that's just kind of what's banging it up, re-aggravating it. Asked him again if he's good to go. He says he's fine. He'll be back out there if they need. He said the one thing that's keeping the pain off is that scoreboard. So we'll see. They're up by a lot. We'll see if Yates gets back in or they rest him for what looks like will be the semifinals.
And Brandon Aksamit is in a throng of people down on the field, but he's got some happy Warriors. Brandon.
Down here with Westside winning head coach Brett Freund. Coach, initial thoughts, reactions, feelings to what just transpired on the field there, especially in the 4th quarter.
Well, I'm drained, and I didn't get to play. You know, what a great comeback Prep had. They're a tough program, a proud program, and they came back and fought hard, and we had just enough gas in the tank at the end and got it done.
Talk about the meaning of this win. The crowd has stormed the field. You just defeated a rival, moving on to the semifinals now, the playoffs.
Well, the exciting thing is we think we can be a lot better. We killed ourselves with penalties again tonight, but again, it's a great team, and our kids stepped up every time and answered, so I'm really proud of them, and we're looking forward to moving on to the Final Four.
I know you do want to enjoy the moment. Talk about what you're going to work on in practice, though. You said you could get better. What do you need to work on for next week?
Playing smarter and not coaching stupid, I guess. We got to play smarter if we're going to continue to go, but I got a lot of faith in our kids, and I think we'll rebound pretty quick.
Coach, congrats on the big win. Good luck next week.
All right.
Lane Yates now, the senior, Had some big plays there, Lane. Talk about your performance.
Well, this whole week we've been preparing. We've been trying to get better. We've obviously had mistakes and stuff, so we try to limit ourselves on these penalties. So we went back in the locker room at halftime and we told ourselves that we had to keep our composure. And once we keep our composure, we could lead to a victory. And we came out here with intensity, and we told ourselves if we ever get in a down situation, we come back, forget about that play. Serious. You see, we were getting it going.
Can you even put into words what you're feeling right now?
2-0 against Prep. It's amazing. We worked real hard for the last 2 weeks since playoffs started, so we just want to thank God and everyone else, and thank the team.
Talked to you a couple times on the bench. You had some shoulder issues. Is it holding up all right? Will you be okay next week?
Yeah, I'll be fine. I'll go to the trainer and I'll get everything figured out. But yeah, I'll be fine. I'll be back next week.
Congrats on the win. Good luck.
Thank you.
Now Jamal Conway-Smith, the player who sealed the deal against the bitter rival Junior Jays of Creighton Prep. Walk us through what happened there.
All right, it was a check. We checked to it. They were covering all night, and we just thought we could get him. The guy tripped out of 20. He tripped. So thanks to him, I scored that touchdown. Malik Pittman, he got a good block, and it was just off the races. They weren't catching me.
They weren't catching you. You sealed the deal. You ran off the field. You were getting lifted up by your players. Describe that feeling there. The whole crowd cheering for you. Now you got the whole student body behind you now.
It's the best feeling in the world. We just got to take the next step. I ran. I'm tired as hell. We won the game, and that's pretty much it. It's in the books. We beat them twice.
Congrats. Good luck next week. Enjoy it. Guys, Westside Warriors going on to the semifinals. Back up to you before I get mauled.
Oh, Brandon, be careful. Watch out, there's some Warriors down there.